talk about what is the source of your elbow pain. Now, the elbow is a pretty complex joint, and sometimes when we have pain in the elbow, it can be a little bit overwhelming. But if you know your symptoms, as in what's exactly happening in your elbow, where is the location of your pain, it might be possible for you to understand what's happening in the elbow, and then you can work with your doctor or your healthcare professional or your physical therapist to understand the condition better and to be an active participant in your treatment. Now, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Swati. I'm an executive mom power coach. I help moms of younger kids who work in high stress executive jobs manage the physical aches and pains that stem from motherhood. So, what I mean is aches and pains that range from back pain to heel pain to neck pain. So, basically, your spine and joint pains. That might have started when you were pregnant, or maybe when during your delivery or your baby days. When you had little babies or toddlers, or maybe after. So it's not easy balancing work and kids and family, especially when you have a high stress job. You have extensive traveling, meetings, etc., and that's where I come in, and I give you simple strategies and easy tips, some simple exercises that you can incorporate into your daily routine, so that you can manage these aches and pains and they're not lingering in the background. You can be more productive at work. You can be a good mom without the guilt of not being able to run around with your toddler or your kid. All right, so let's get back to the topic for today. Actually, before we get back to the topic, you can see this bright light on top of me, off top of my head. Please ignore it. It's just bad lighting. It's really gloomy and dark in the winters where I am, and I have to switch on the lights behind me, which is right over my head. So, well, here we go. What is the source of your elbow pain? Now, one of the commonest problems that you might find with your elbow is a tennis elbow. It is not necessary that you have to be a tennis player in order to have a tennis elbow. It is basically just a term that is meant for pains that start on this outer part of your elbow. So if you take your three fingers, put your middle finger on this pointy part, and the other two fingers fall on the side. When you have pain on this inner side, it is known as a golfer's elbow. And when you have pain on the outer side, it's called a tennis elbow. So basically, when you have a tennis elbow, what can you expect? So what can happen is you obviously have pain and probably swelling on the outer side of the elbow here, which goes down into your forearm and maybe in your wrist and your fingers here. So you would have pain when you're gripping an object. Say you have a towel and you're trying to sort of wring the water out of it, or you have a jar, you're trying to open or close the lid, so this rotatory action, this rotation action. Or when you're opening a doorknob, you know those round doorknobs, when you're trying to open them or close them, that can be these rotations and basically extension anywhere where your extensors, that is your forearm extensors, so this part, this muscle here, and these muscles are getting stressed, will lead to pain. And yeah, so basically it stems from overuse injuries, but it can be that you know you've been walking and you've knocked yourself against the door or the wall. It can happen like that. So this is tennis elbow. We're not discussing the treatments. If you want to get into the management and treatment options, or how you can manage it at home, I did a full free training on this in my community. It's a free community. You can join my community. If you're watching me on Instagram, it's the link is in my bio. If you're watching elsewhere, not on Instagram, if you go to my profile and you look there, my the community link will be there. All right, so the second thing that can happen, that is a very common condition with the elbow, is olecranon bursitis. Again, I've done a couple of videos on this. You can go to my YouTube channel and have a look there. So if you type my name on YouTube, Swati Prakash, and then olecranon bursitis or just bursitis, it'll come up with a couple of videos. So what happens with bursitis is you have pain and swelling on the tip of your elbow right here. So when, say, you are resting your elbow onto the table or a hard surface, say you're gardening outdoors and you have you are supporting your body weight onto your elbow, it can create a lot of pain. Okay, another condition that can be seen in the elbow is arthritis. Here, you would have a slightly different set of symptoms or problems. You will obviously have your pain and discomfort in and around your elbow. You can have a grinding or a popping or a crackling sound, like you know how when you crack your knuckles, so this click click sound, you can have that when you are bending and extending your elbow joint. There can be stiffness, especially in the mornings when you wake up. That is typical of arthritis. It can be a little warm and red to touch. There can be swelling depending on how advanced is the arthritis or how bad the arthritis is. So these were a couple of conditions that you can encounter in your elbow. So once you know that, if say my pain is on the outer side, okay, it might be tennis elbow, let me just go and discuss this with my doctor. You're more informed, you're more enlightened about your condition, and obviously you can handle it better along with your medical professional. So if you're looking for a free, okay, so I have made a free guide. So if you're looking for that, I will leave a link in the comments of this video. And if you are watching me on Instagram, the link is under free resources. That is the link in my bio. When you click on that, it goes to another page and it shows you free resources, and you can pick it up from there. This free guide talks about the other sources of elbow pain as well. So you can pick it up from the comments. All right. So if you have any questions for me, please feel free to drop them into the comments of this video and I'll take it from there. I hope this was useful for you.